So, Doctor Strange 2. They got a brand new director for this most anticipated sequel, and boy, oh boy, is my Peter tingle tingling. You'll get that here in a second. Hello, all of my friends out there in the real world. Welcome to another episode of Nerd News. I'm your host, Chris Chavez. You know the deal. This is a show created for nerds by a nerd. Clearly. And in today's episode, we are going to talk about the sequel to Doctor Strange. Boy, oh boy, am I so excited for this movie. It's going to be fantastic. So like we do before each and every episode, if this is your first time here, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell. That notification bell will notify you of all future episodes as I upload them to the tubes of the U. So Doctor Strange 2. It is entitled In the Multiverse of Madness. Now, just by that alone, it sounds like it's going to be epic, am I right? And there's a reason why it does have that title, because this sequel is going to be Marvel's very first horror movie. Yes, right, they're going to venture into the horror genre with this amazing mystical character, and it makes total sense. So when they introduced this film that it was slated to be in 2020, fans lost their minds because of the word multiverse. The reason why the multiverse is because that opens the door to so many other characters that we know are on their way. Fantastic Four and X-Men, to name a few. As time goes on after D3, as projects go on, as money is being spent on casting and directors and all kinds of stuff, the first director that helmed the original was coming back to do the sequel. So Marvel brought back Scott Dickerson. Now he already has under his belt a little resume of horror movies that he's already done, so this genre isn't anything new to him. So this all seemed like a perfect match in the multiverse, am I right? Wrong. So Marvel and Scott kind of hit a bump in the mystical road, if you will. There's going to be a lot of magic puns in this, so forgive me. As of late, Variety has reported that Scott Dickerson left this project, the project that he started out with in the original Doctor Strange, because of something that they always say in the movie business. I am stepping down because of creative differences. That means you didn't get your way. I'm just saying, but I wasn't in the meeting, but I'm just saying. So, like that. Alakazam! Scott is out. Told you, another pun. But the great thing is, Scott didn't leave the movie altogether. He's going to be an executive producer on the flick. That way he can, still help out, because he did a great job in the first movie. I mean, clearly, that's why everyone's so excited for the sequel. But because of this, Marvel didn't even slow down. They steamrolled production, full steam ahead. They didn't halt anything. They didn't put a pause. They kept the production going as scheduled. So now Scott's out of the picture. So what do? Who do you hire? Who is the man that's going to helm the mystical arts? That's horrible. Well, you see, the director that they chose already has 3 Marvel movies under his belt. And if my clue at the very beginning of this episode didn't give a little red flag or a little Spidey sense, Marvel rehired the director of Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3, and that of Mr. Sam Raimi. Yeah, he's back. So Sam Raimi deserves a second chance. After he complained about Spider-Man 3 that, he was pressured into doing all these things he didn't want. He didn't even want Venom in it. He thought it was a convoluted, just pressure cooker of a film, and he hated it. So I am glad that Sam is back to helm something that he is passionate about and something that he can fully sink his teeth into. So after Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi's, I guess you would say, work kind of went on a little decline. But he did do some horror movies like Drag Me to Hell. So he has experience in not only Marvel, but the horror genre. So this is a match made in magic. But the great thing about this is there is a rumor circulating as to why Marvel hired him. So Doctor Strange is going to take us on a wild ride through the multiverse, right? And we know that the multiverse is a thing in existence from Spider-Man Far From Home. You see where I'm going with this? The rumor is Spider-Man might have a cameo in this, but not just one Spider-Man, the 3 actors who have portrayed him in the past. That's right, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. That guy. You see, Sam Raimi has ties with Tobey Maguire. They're friends. Tobey Maguire is friends with Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland is friends with both of them. And this is actually great because this would open up a hole into the SpiderVerse, into real life. So this is a great gateway from what we saw in the animated into the SpiderVerse. Now they can actually make a live version of it. So, I mean, expect Miles Morales at some point to come down the line, and Spider-Gwen as well. But yet again, this is just a rumor. But, you know, Marvel does things very specifically. They don't hire just to hire. There's a reason why some of these directors and actors were handpicked. And I think there's something behind the Sam Raimi choice. Just mark my words, mark my words. But the thing about Marvel is this is not their usual, I guess you would say, MO of selecting a director who has experience, if you will. I mean, for example, Marvel's MO is to hire directors who don't have an experience in big blockbuster movies. They haven't had that experience and to direct something on that scale. A good example of that is Joss Whedon, Anthony and Joe Russo, James Gunn, Ryan Coogler, and the latest, Taika Waititi. All those directors have impressive resumes and done some really good movies, but they haven't directed just a massive production like a Marvel film. So that goes back to me with Sam Raimi's addition to this project. He has big budget movies under his belt. So there's something, I'm telling you, there's something there. And regardless of Sam Raimi directing this film, I am already excited for the sequel to begin with. I mean, I'm not the only one out there that feels this way. But, you know, as more news comes out for this movie, I will definitely let you guys know in my posts and in these episodes. But we're gonna have to wait till it comes out May 7th, 2021. But what do you guys think of Sam Raimi back in the game, back directing Marvel movies? Let me know in the comments below. I want to know what you think. And if you like my show, guys, please check out my social media accounts on Twitter and Instagram. I update those daily so that you know what's going on in entertainment news. And remember, guys, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Sorry, I watched Sandlot recently and it's stuck in my head. Alakazam!